Smell good crew. What it do? Listen, I hope y'all feeling as good as y'all smelling out there. And if it's one thing people always gonna remember about you, that's how you made them feel and how you smelled when you did it. You dig? Alright, so that's what brings you to me. That's what brings you to this video. You wanna smell good. The spring is here, baby. Spring is here. So I got 10 clones for y'all. Alright, 10 clone fragrances for the spring that's gonna knock they socks off. Alright, you're gonna smell good. Alright, you're gonna smell better than the average person walking around. You might get a compliment or two. You never know. Alright, so these is my heavy hitters. These are what I'm gonna be wearing during the spring, what I'm backing out. Alright, we starting off with this number one. Alright, new to the collection, we have Afna Tarathi Brew. Hopefully y'all getting that. This, man, I know this is a weird way to describe a male fragrance, but this is a pretty fragrance, bro. Like, this is like a pretty boy fragrance. This is masculine, but I could also see a female wearing this. I'm not gonna lie to you because it's sparkly in the air, kind of like Sprite. That blue ocean kind of just vibe is in the background. This smells like the pretty boy with a little bit of money on, but he a little mysterious. He stayed to himself, you know what I'm saying? He entered a party. Some of the girls' eyes gravitate towards him. They wondering who he is, but he ain't saying too much. He low key. That's what this is, right? That's what this is. Now, the caveat about this fragrance, I don't get super strong projection. It's very airy, so you do smell it, but I feel like it could be a bit stronger. It might have to mature. Like I said, I just added it to the collection, so it's only been there less than a week. But I've worn it once. You know, I feel like I haven't gotten the, you know what I'm saying? The look, that the vibe that I like to get from my fragrances, that oomph. Yeah, so I think you might get a good 6 hours out of this. But this is one I'm gonna be layering with a lot. This is fire, y'all. Check this one out. Check this one out. Tarathi Blue, man, by Afna. I got this from Burlington. Alright, on to the next. So next up, man, we got another heavy hitter. Y'all already know about this. Y'all already know about this. We got Shiaka Snow. Shiaka Snow. Got this for 10 bucks, bro. At Burlington. There was a little mommy at the counter or whatever. This didn't have a tag. I guess somebody maybe bought it and returned it for whatever reason. And when I picked it up, it didn't have a tag, so I seen Shorty at the register looking at me. I said, let me see if I could kind of finesse something, because clearly she must like what she see, you feel me? She was probably digging the hat. But anyway, yeah, at first I did not like this fragrance. At first I really didn't. I thought it was trash. I thought it was synthetic. I was like, yo, what's the hype? Everybody hyping this joint. It's like, this joint trash. At first I really thought that. Till I let it sit for about 2-3 weeks. I didn't wear it, bro. I finally backed it out one day after kind of getting bored with my other stuff. I'm like, let me just try this again. Maybe, you know, fire. 10 out of 10. You're gonna smell like, this smells like just, you take clothes out the dryer with the dryer sheets, you put them on the bed, you know when they warm, and you just lay in it. That's what this smells like. Shiaka Snow, man. This is fire. Citrusy. It got some of that metallic, that Silver Mountain kind of metallic vibe to it. It's very fresh, very sexy. Simplistic. You're gonna smell like a generic bar of soap in a good way. I don't know how else to describe it. Alright, that's number 2. We moving on. This is a 10 out of 10 DNA to me. Projects, lasts long. Hey, y'all tap in. Alright, number 3, guys. Sorry about that. We got by Royal Collection. We got Legacy. Alright, this is Maison Nassau's Legacy. I personally think this is the best blue talisman dupe out there. I don't care what none of y'all say. Better than Lattafa's, better than all these other versions. This is one of them ones. I think this is the closest to the DNA, the richest, it lasts the longest. Whenever I back this out, certified compliment getter. Women love this. That fresh pear scent at the top is like unmatched. Another 10 out of 10. I will be rocking this spring when I want to make a statement. This has components of like green and blue. with that pear and then that rich blueness in the background. It's super fresh, super sexy. Some of that sweetness at the top, man. Yeah, I gotta go get this. Very smooth, bro. One of the ones I should put this on and make this my scent of the day, but. Next up, we have. Alright, now, we just spoke on prior to talking about the Blue Talisman dude. We spoke on the Shiaka Snow kind of metallic vibe. For those of y'all who know, if you know, you know, we got Afnan Supremacy in heaven. Man, if you don't know about this, you've been living under a rock. This is fire. Super citrusy, super powdery, metallic. I've never really walked by anybody and they've smelled like this. This is different, bro. This is different. I think you get maybe 6 hours out of this, but this is fire. I'm telling you, I probably give this 8.5, 9 out of 10. As far as DNA, could it last a bit longer? For sure. But are you really anywhere for more than 8 hours outside of like work or something? Like, nah, not really. So y'all check this out, and you could layer it with something. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of sharp. It's powdery. It's citrusy. It's musky. It's white tea approved. It's all those things. But this is one of those ones. I'm not kidding. This probably actually would layer good with Shiaka Snow. Just saying. I might try that out. Anyway, on to the next, because we don't want to make the video too long. All right. Up next, we might as well keep the ball rolling with Afnan. We got Afnan Supremacy Collector's Edition. If you don't know about this fragrance, again, where you been at, bruh? This is one of them ones, honestly, I just showed y'all some bangers. I want to say scrap all that, and if you're going to get one, start with this. If you're looking to start your collection, either this or the Blue Talisman dude by Mason and SARS. But this joint, bro, fire, fire. This is kind of like a Creed Vintage dupe, they say, but this really like a remix. This is a remix. It does its own thing. It's fruity at the top. It's gonna last all day. Oh my gosh, this thing smells so good, man. Oh man, listen. If you know, you know. If you don't know about this fragrance, you need to try it out. Everybody know about Creed Vintage, but like I said, this do its own thing. All right. So if you like Creed Vintage, you'll love this. All right. Backing this out in the spring, for sure. I don't get this enough love. I don't, and I apologize to you in front of all these people. All right. I'm gonna wear you a lot more. I might even throw you on today. All right. No promises though. And look at that bottle. Just sexy, bro. Look like a Jordan, like the Jordan cements, man. You know what I'm saying? On to the next. These next two are in the same category. These next two fragrances are in the same category. We're gonna start with Nitro Red, man. Y'all know about this clone right here. Oh, you know what? Before I even call Nitro Red a clone, let me make sure my info is correct. I'm not crazy. Nitro Red is supposed to be, according to Google, dupe of Paco Rabanne Invictus Aqua, which is why a lot of the times when y'all see me refer to making a layering video, I always would layer this. I would tell you I layer this with Paco Rabanne Invictus Aqua, just out of like similarity, because my nose could like kind of fit. My nose felt like they would pair well together, and they always did. I didn't even know this was technically a dupe of Paco Rabanne Invictus Aqua. They smell completely different, but they have similar qualities. Like they both kind of dance in the air, sweet at the top, a little bit fresh. They're just very, very sexy, mass appealing fragrances. They pull a lot of compliments. So if you are gonna wear Nitro Red, I recommend you pairing that with Invictus Aqua. That's just, hey, listen, you're gonna get the compliments. I'm just trying to help you out. You want the help or not? Hey man. Next up, we have Atlantis X-Ray. So listen, this is a dupe of Missoni Wave Child, if I'm not to be mistaken. At first, so with cheaper fragrances, I say $40 and under range. a lot of the times you gotta let them mature. You just got to, because if they don't mature on first impression, you're gonna smell it and be like, it's okay. You're not really gonna get the notes. They're not really gonna be blended how they supposed to. Once I let this sit, I literally was finna bring this joint back. I let this joint sit for like 2-3 weeks. And it was probably like 2 weeks. And I picked it up again and smelled it. And I was like, damn, this joint hitting like that? And my shorty, she liked this on me. You feel me? And I was gonna return it, but this is great for the high heat. Anything 80s and up. Cause once it start hitting them 80s, it's like anything you wear that's kind of heavy and thick, it could get a little clawing outside. We don't want that, right? So this is light, it's sweet. It's kind of like Invictus Aqua's DNA. The way they do the DNA is different. This is more airy, more soft, more aquatic. But this kind of sits in the air. So this is like white tee proof. You will wear this with a white tee on a hot summer day and people wouldn't be like, yo, you doing too much, all right? I'm saving the best for last, all right? So next up we got Ultra Parallel. To keep us a long story short, this is a dupe of another 13. This is the epitome of fresh. If you want to know what the epitome of fresh is, God tier of fresh, this is it. This is it right here. Now, with this fragrance, you just don't get a lot of airtime with it. What I mean by airtime is it doesn't last long. It does project maybe 2 to 3 feet, but this is better more so for layering than just wearing it by itself. You can, if you're gonna run to the store or something, you be out for an hour or two, this would be perfect. Anything past that, you're gonna wanna layer this because it's easy to go nose blind to. And a lot of times I can't tell if I'm going nose blind or if the fragrance is just not lasting. So, but like every now and then you'll pick up, like maybe a couple hours will go by, you'll pick up the scent in the air and you're like, oh, okay, it's still hitting. But then you go smell and you're like, I don't smell it. So this don't play tricks on you. That's why I say it's better to layer this. But once again, on to the last but not least fragrance. If you waited this long, I'm glad you did because this one is special. We have Sensual Obsession. This is their dupe of the Mori Porthole. This is Porthole Paradise, or Paradise Porthole to be correct. Alright, this, if you don't get nothing else up here and you like tropical fragrances, grab this, bro. 10 out of 10 DNA. It comes smelling fire, fresh out the pack, but I let this mature and it got even better, which was crazy because I already was like, yo, the quality of this is insane, bro. I got this down there from them boys in Florida at Sensual Obsession, alright? Get you one of these, man. Shout out Trey Sense because he's the one who actually inspired me to go get this. He said it was fire. He wasn't lying. I can't wait to back this out, man. I might back this out on my birthday. If you like that of like a Blue Talisman, you would like this. If you like the way Blue Talisman kind of, its DNA, how it's constructed, and the responses people give it, this is one of them ones as well. This is up there. They could rival each other. Fire, tropical, little coconutty, sea salty, aquatic. One of them ones. 10 out of 10 DNA. I don't know what else to say, man. Alright, fellas. So if you stayed this long, I appreciate you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, alright? And I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Until next time. Peace.